For the first time in my life, I believe I may be unfit to be in relationship. I feel like shit. But that doesn't mean Ruby needs to endure my emotional volatility.
It's not a healthy dynamic. I can't be navigating someone else's emotional experience and have the freedom to fully just be with what's here. Like, I haven't been with me.
And so, last night Ruby and I made the decision that we are going to end the container of our relationship. We are going to choose to spend the rest of our time here in Bali honoring what we have and what we have shared up until this point, and love each other as fully and completely as we can until it's time for her to go home.
I got you guys.
It is my desire to do everything I can to show up and remind myself that I can be the person that I know I can be. And as a result of doing that for myself, show up for you the way that you've deserved me to show up this whole time. And I have tried my best. I have tried my best. And I'm just not able to be that right now. But for a week, I think I can.
So Ruby and I have decided to uncouple. For the second time in less than a year, I am going through a breakup, and honestly, it feels like the most loving choice. It feels like since the breakup with Azria, all I've been doing is focusing on that healing process, creating this show, The Art of Choosing Love, and healing from sexual trauma that I spoke about publicly for the very first time. And because I had all of these things on my plate, I was spread thin. I was not giving 100% focus to any of it, and I didn't have any space left over for Ruby, for this relationship. Can you relate to that? Can you relate to this feeling of wanting something so badly, but knowing that you don't have the space for it, knowing that you're not a match to it, feeling like the timing is just not right? Because that's what it felt like to me. And so after we made this decision in love to uncouple, we had two choices. She could leave, right? We have a week left. She could go and stay at some other Airbnb. She could fly home. Or we could choose to take this last week and prioritize each other, which is what we ultimately decided to do. To focus on the relationship, to celebrate the love that we had shared for the last 6 months, and allow ourselves for this container of 1 week to really enjoy each other's company, to make each other a priority for perhaps the very first time. And so what you're gonna see in this episode is the result of choosing to take my focus away from my healing process, away from the stress and the overwhelm, and to truly put my attention on Ruby, to put my focus on love. And little did I know that focusing on love was the actual healing that my body, my mind, and my heart truly needed.
Adam wants to have you in the room when he's tracking Ruby Chase Me.
He's singing it right now.
Yeah. You open to that?
Yeah. I want a flower in my ear. Oh, he's singing it right now.
Yeah, he's singing it right now. He's in there singing Ruby Chase Me, and it means a lot to him. He was just crying about it, and he wants to sing it to you.
Professional. I've been doing this for a long time.
I choose love,
as my compass, and I do anything that I have to. And the voices in my head, they say, trust the timing. But if I'm ever lost again, I want you to promise that you'll come and find me. And Ruby, can't you see that you're the only one for me? Yeah, Ruby.
You sound so beautiful. You wrote my favorite song in the whole world.
How was that, Ayriss? What was your experience just now?
I just admire you so much. Just the amount of strength you have. Just holding the space for. I don't know, it's just bringing up a ton just watching you guys go through this process.
I'm really glad I'm gonna be able to have this song to remember it. With all the memories.
It's one of those things that you never go into a relationship like the one that you guys stepped into, thinking that there is gonna be. You know, when we fall in love, we think it's for life. Part of our hearts, no matter what, even tentatively. And sometimes it hits quick, but some of us, you know, sometimes you never even get to have that conversation that you guys had this morning. Sometimes you never get to communicate. You never get that opportunity to really have that type of closure, and that's what's coming up for me, is just you guys are holding each other so beautifully in this, and you know, I resonate with you very much in this process. This is studio.
It's not a silly little moment. It's not the storm before the calm. This is a deep and dying breath of this shit that I've been working on. Can't seem to hold me like I want to, so I can feel me in my arms. Nobody's gonna come and save me. I've pulled too many false alarms. We're going down. I can see it too. We're going down. And we know that it's doomed. My dear, we slow dancing in a burning room.
Thank you.
What are you guys doing?
Adam and I are gonna do a ceremony tonight.
What's that about?
An intentional space to really drop in with each other and be in love and celebrate. It's our 6-month anniversary tonight.
Congratulations.
Thanks. And twinkle lights make everything better.
What's happening tonight?
Tonight, Ruby and I are dropping into a medicine ceremony together. And the intention of this ceremony, one of them, is to make sure that anything that's left for us to learn from each other, to gain from each other, to catalyze in each other as we go our separate ways, is fully activated, so that we can look back on this last 6 months and feel like we got everything we were meant to. We left nothing on the table.
Beautiful. Enjoy.
Thanks, brother.
Distant eyes, I'm measuring the miles and miles. You lie and say you're doing fine, but I can read the warning signs. Stone cold face, you're telling me you're needing space, and I don't know what more to say. Watching you pull away, so board up the windows and lock down the doors. Feeling the air, it's the calm before the storm. So are you gonna love me like a hurricane, or sever like a quake? This could be our chance to begin again, or is it better for us to break? 'Cause all this frigid weather is weathering my heart. So are you gonna take me like a tsunami, or let us fall apart?
March 29th, 2019. Last night's ceremony with Ruby was profound. A culmination to so much of what I've been feeling since we announced our uncoupling. It was where I allowed myself to let go of trying to figure it all out or understand how it all works, and I simply listened to my intuition. I choose her. Perhaps for the very first time since we met, I truly choose her. I choose to lean into the feelings of joy I experience when I allow myself to let go of the past and focus on what is right in front of me. I choose us. I choose love.
I got a story for you. What is your story for me? I hope it's true. You won't believe. How was your ceremony?
Holy Spirit best.
I wanna know, how was your ceremony? I wanna know, how was your ceremony? Well, we laughed and cried through the night. Sifted through the wrongs and rights. Finally, we decide to choose love over choosing to fight. So we're good. No breaking up.
There has been a huge part of me that has kept myself in a state of consistent discontent and feelings of lacking safety, because I've known that so long and I've used that as motivation my whole life. And the actual fear and doubt that I've had in my system, that I've been feeling, that I've thought was this relationship, has actually been fear and doubt of, could it be that good? And the answer that I'm choosing is yes. It can be that good. It can be better than I
even imagine it. And through choosing love, leaning into that, and letting my life fill with so much joy and happiness, and allowing myself to be unapologetic about that, I get to be a permission slip for other people to also allow themselves to feel that much joy and bliss and love, because it's available to us. It's a choice. And I am choosing love, and I'm choosing her. I'm not breaking up. I'm not going through another breakup. We are staying together, and it feels good. It feels good taking that week to focus in on the love and the appreciation and the gratitude completely changed my perspective. It wound up being so healing, and it reminded me that I don't need to place my happiness on hold in order to heal. Love heals. Happiness heals. And in personal development, there's become this attachment to the shadow. There's become this attachment to the pain, and it shows up in the sayings that have gotten into our unconscious minds, right? No pain, no gain. Forged in the fire. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. The breakdown to the breakthrough. And the thing is that you can turn your pain into purpose. You can turn your breakdown into a breakthrough, but you don't have to be attached to it. It isn't a necessary component. And so you can choose to focus on the breadcrumbs of happiness. You can follow them through life. And the parts of you that don't feel worthy of it, the parts of you that think that you still need some pain, that you still need some hardship in order to be worthy of it or to earn it or whatever, those parts will rise to the surface. And when they rise to the surface, you can look at them, you can embrace them, you can work through them, and then you can let them go. And this was a big lesson for me. It stems all the way back to the beginning of this show when I was talking about play as personal development. And yet somehow along the way, I had fallen back into this idea that it had to be hard, that I needed to heal to become whole, whatever that means, in order to be happy. And instead, I am choosing joy. I am choosing love in each and every moment, and I am creating sustainable happiness through a two-part process. The first part is in formatting the hard drive, is in letting go of all the past programming that I was just talking about, all the parts of me that felt like I needed to earn it or achieve it or work through the dark night of the soul or whatever BS that I had subscribed to, letting it go. And then the second part is creating a feedback loop, a reflection through the life that I'm leading of all the things that bring me joy and happiness and that remind me moment to moment that life is beautiful. I want to wake up every morning excited for the life I'm leading. I want to go to bed every night excited for waking up with gratitude in my heart for what I got to do that day. And what about you? In this moment right now, can you honestly say that you are waking up excited and you are going to bed with gratitude? Or are you waiting for something? Are you waiting until you are fully healed so that you can be happy? Are you waiting until you achieve that thing before you start taking the risks that you want to take to create the life that you want to live? What are you waiting for? For me, I'd gotten so attached to this idea of responsibility that I was unwilling to let go of the things that were causing me stress. I was unwilling to focus on the things that brought me the most joy because of what I thought I had to do, what I should do. And that looked like putting this relationship that brought me so much joy, it looked like putting it on hold so that I could focus on the healing. And it looked like prioritizing the art of choosing love despite the fact that it was causing me so much stress and overwhelm. And so I'm leading by example. And this might break some of your hearts, but the way that I'm leading by example is by putting a hold on this show. It is time for me to let go of the financial burden of making this show and the time commitment of making it, and really focus in on spaciousness, to not have a camera following me everywhere and allow myself to play freely. I am choosing to follow the breadcrumbs of happiness. And so I don't know what's going to happen with this show. I have no idea. But I know that if it does come back, I'll be really happy about it. I want to thank you for following along this journey. I want to thank you so much for applying these lessons to your own life and becoming happy. Because your happiness is the greatest gift that you can give to this planet. It is contagious. When you walk through the world filled with love and joy, you spread it to everyone you meet. It's how we shift into a more loving reality. I want to remind you that always, in all ways, you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved.
Dear Adam, I have loved you since the moment I saw you. Since the moment your lips whispered, "Can I dance with you?" In that instant, my world changed forever. Time stood still. The dance of our souls is a cosmic love story, composed of the symphony in our hearts. I can taste lyrics on your tongue and hear melodies in the way we move. Our music has become my sanctuary, with the power to transmute even our deepest pain into beauty, grief into gratitude, purpose into play. Thank you for being my muse. Thank you for your infinite love and support. Thank you to holding me to my highest and allowing this romance to call us forward into the highest versions of ourselves. Thank you for reminding me that I am who I've been looking for. No matter where you go, my heart will be with you. I love you to the edges of the earth, to the stars and back. So until I see you again, I will hold you in my heart. Thank you for showing me the art of choosing love.